As the US dollar strengthens, will the market weaken or will it stabilize? Good evening and welcome back to our Rex Fuels channel, where we discuss issues and trends facing the oil and gas industry. If you're new to the channel, kindly like, subscribe, and share to stay up to date with the current trends. We welcome back Pranav Kant, a seasoned expert in the oil and gas industry. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, and it's a pleasure to be back again.
It's a pleasure to have you as always.
Thank you.
My first question to you today is crude prices seem to remain range bound but slightly weak. Do you think the price weakness will continue in the coming days?
It's a very complex situation, but overall, it is we have more reason to be concerned than optimistic about the prices. And the reasons why, because that's where it gets a little bit more nuanced. First and foremost, the recessionary fears in terms of the demand in the OECD countries, particularly US, seems to be concerning. So the fears are increasing. The Fed rates are going to get more and more hawkish. So that is clearly on the cards. And from the 75 basis point, there is a fair bit of possibility that we might be looking at 100 basis points as well. Although the majority view is still at 75 basis points, but the sentiments are moving in the wrong direction. Europe's energy crisis continues unabated. Despite all the talk about the price caps, there seems to be no clear solution. And China, the big factor, despite the recent macro data, which is a shade more, I would say, optimistic than it was in the recent months, but the overall China picture continues to be underwhelming. So we do not personally hold, our view is China will still continue to disappoint in the near term. And that brings us back to the Asia, where India is showing very strong growth in the overall crude and the gas demand and consumption. But on a larger balance of things, the demand side continues to be worrying. Supply side, when we look at it, with the exception of Nigeria production constraints, every other place looks fairly robust and healthy, including Russia, where it keeps on increasing its production and tend to believe that the prices would continue to be in the bearish territory with really no upside from what we are seeing here. So a big bearish trend, and that's where we see it.
The markets seem to be pretty gloomy. This weather has caused the market to seem very gloomy.
Yeah, it's largely on a global scale. So overall, yes, bearish.
Moving on, where do you see bitumen prices moving in the coming days?
Yeah, here it gets very interesting because we are coming to the end of the monsoons in India, which is the major demand market in the region. And but overriding the market sentiments, it's the weakening crude prices. The fuel oil prices continue to hover at very low level. So all these things, and including in the Middle East as well, we have seen prices coming down both for fuel oils and the bitumen. And in the upcoming price to be announced on the 1st of the next month, we expect the public sector refiners to be coming out with a decline in the prices. So overall, we see in immediate term bearish trend in the bitumen as well.
Well, thank you for your insight into the market. As always, it was a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you so much, and it was a pleasure here.
Thank you. And thank you all for watching. Continue to show support to the channel by liking and subscribing. We'll see you soon.